ahupua'a had places reserved for skilled learning, another way to pass knowledge from kupuna to keiki. That concept is being brought to life in a very special school on the island of Hawaii. When most children around the world think about going to school, they envision buildings, classrooms, gymnasiums, and offices. The folks at Kua O Ka Lā on the Big Island have a slightly different vision. This public charter school is one of the few oceanfront schools in the world. Located on a site known as Puala'a in Puna, Kua O Ka Lā specializes in the cultural education of Native Hawaiian youth and families.
At Kua O Ka Lā, we are utilizing the Āina of Puala'a as the venue for cultural education. And so as a public school, we want to afford our youth a rigorous education. I want to make sure our students are grounded in their culture, but very prepared for today's world.
Susie Osborne is the co-founder of Kua O Ka Lā, as well as acting principal. It's her job to make sure the school's vision is carried out on a daily basis. With about 60 students, most from the local area, she does her best to oversee the teaching of everything from math and English to hula and Hawaiian language, while at the same time using the surrounding environment as her school.
Why else is the moon important to us?
This is such a special piece of property that's offered to us through Kamehameha schools to Ho'oulula Hui. It is not just land, but it is Āina, that which nourishes and feeds us in a very deep way, allows us a place to practice our culture and to perpetuate cultural practices.
Covering grades 6 through 12, Kua O Ka Lā uses the 600 acres as inspiration for its curriculum. So there are many unique classes here that schools around the globe could never duplicate.
We're going to restore this site as a place where the young fish that come from...
Gary Francisco is one of the school's cultural practitioners. Today, these kids are learning about their campus's ancient fish pond, how it once worked, and what they have to do to make it functional again.
The fish pond is very important in that it serves as a tool to educate our students with marine, aquaculture, and science and biology. It takes all these different components of a Western culture and combines it with the cultural significance of the Native Hawaiian people.
I see some cheating uwehis inside there.
Auli'i Mitchell is cultural specialist and kumuhula. With a lifetime of hula knowledge, Auli'i is perfectly suited to not only teach hula, but pass along knowledge of how the Hawaiians who inhabited this very site hundreds of years ago might have lived their lives.
Kala. Kala vela vela ile Hawaii.
They are steeped in protocol of our traditional cultural practices. They learn the different arts and crafts of our people. They learn to communicate on a different level. It's a practice of sovereignty is what they can learn from these old teachings. And it's a sovereignty that starts on the land itself. We teach here at this school the importance of self-sustainability through our ancient ways and our teachings of our kupuna.
Then flip it over, give it a few squeeze. You don't push down like this.
Jonathan White is the greenhouse technician who helped design and build this impressive greenhouse. He spends his class time teaching about sustainability, land stewardship, and healthy living. All of these are life skills that can be put into immediate action by any student.
We always have discussion, what happens if the barge stops coming, you know? So what does happen if the barge stops coming, you know? Where are we gonna get our food from? Well, this is what we're doing. We're teaching them how to grow their own food, what it takes, where, for how to utilize the native plants that are there.
And while the school is teaching all about sustainability and about being as green as possible, they're also doing something about it. These huge solar cells help generate all the electricity these students need for learning. Being off the electrical grid is yet another important goal for this school, Kua O Ka Lā.
I think it's really important in this day and age for us to deeply address sustainability. And so as a public school, part of our vision is to look at long-term sustainability. So it's more than just academics. It's good health, it's employment, and it's also taking care of our environment, especially taking care of our environment.
It's a unique learning opportunity in a one-of-a-kind location to have the ability to teach culturally significant lessons in a special place where ancient Hawaiians once lived and learned themselves. When we come back, we'll visit the He'ea fish pond on Oahu, where a group of young Hawaiians are using education to sustain the culture while providing physical, intellectual, and spiritual sustenance to their community.